Hey everybody, it's Miss Burnett. I'm here to read Chapter 2 of Farm Rescue. Hope you enjoy. Chapter 2 in the Barn. Thanks, Miss P, said James. The barn will be a lot drier than our tent. I looked up at him and grumbled. Glen Pepper came in. Then, I thought you'd be at college this year, he said to James after they had shaken hands. I'm taking a year off to see the country, said James. It was great until the weather changed. There's more rain on the way, according to the forecast, said Glen. You better stay here for a while. Thanks, said James. Stamp and I will work for you until it clears up. He grinned. Dad says a man and his dog can do a lot to help out if they turn up at the right place at the right time. James, fetch our things from the Forby. I was happy to see he had remembered my favorite wool blanket. He hung it near the fire to air and gave me a bowl of kibble. I backed behind the couch until the humans ate dinner. If I stayed out of Miss Pepper's sight, she might forget about shutting me in the barn. Miss Pepper did not forget. Best go and tie your dog up in the barn now, she said after dinner, while I make you a bed here. Thank you, but I'll sleep in the barn with Stamp, said James. That's just silly, said Miss Pepper. I really would like to sleep in the barn, said James gently, but... Thanks for dinner, Miss P. James smiled at her. Is there anything I can do first? Glen Pepper sighed. Not unless you know how to turn off the rain. Miss Pepper fetched a couple of blankets and a pillow for James. I'm sure your sleeping bag is damp, she said. Put it on the drying rack for the night with any damp clothes. James did that, and then we took our lantern, my blanket, and James's bedding, and dashed across to the barn. We made ourselves comfortable in the hay, and James went to sleep. Mum Barnaby says James can sleep anywhere. I was about to do the same when I realized we were not alone. Someone else was in the barn. It was another dog, and he was not pleased to see me. Who goes there? He growled from the shadows. I felt my hackles prick, but I answered, politely. I am Stamp from Barnaby Station. The dog came closer. I kept my tail in a neutral position. James and I believe in good manners. Well, Stamp of Barnaby Station, said the dog, what are you doing in my barn? Now that he was closer, I saw he was a border collie like me. I also saw he was quite old. He had tan cheeks and his muzzle and eyebrows were going gray. I am a junior dog traveling with my master. We needed somewhere dry to sleep, I said, still politely. Then you may stay. And you had better make the most of it, said the old dog. It won't be dry by morning. By the way, my name's Rusty. Rusty walked over to the doorway of the barn and sniffed the air. More rain's coming, he said, and there's going to be a lot of it. I'm worried about the sheep in the tea tree 5. Why are you worried? I asked. I never waste a chance to learn more. I'm a sheepdog, said Rusty. My first duty is to guard and guide the sheep. What's your second duty? I asked. My second duty is to guard and guide my other sheep. My third duty is to obey my master's commands. Is Glen a good master? He is a kind master, but he doesn't understand the importance of sheep. Not as I do. Now go to sleep. I did as Rusty suggested. I woke when someone breathed on my nose. I opened my eyes. 2 eyes stared back at me. Who are you? I asked. I am Sinbad Cook, said the owner of the eyes. It is raining. I know, I said. What are you doing here? Keeping dry. Go to sleep, dog. But I was asleep, I pointed out. The cat, I thought it was a cat, narrowed its eyes at me. You are getting sleepy. When I woke in the morning, it was still raining and there were puddles everywhere. My favorite blanket was wringing wet. Where's the cat? I asked Rusty. Rusty stared at me. What cat? Sinbad Cook, I said. Sinbad Cook, repeated Rusty. You must have been dreaming. All right. That is chapter 2. I'm going to go over Stamp's glossary, and he even has a word of tales at the end of the chapter 2. So Stamp's glossary. Wool blanket. Wool blankets are warm and snug. They are perfect for scratching in to a comfy bed. Hackles. The hair along a dog's back stands up if we feel threatened. It makes you look bigger. Neutral position. A dog's tail tells you a lot about the dog's mood. A neutral tail, low but relaxed, equals wary but friendly. Paw light. Rude dogs are not popular. I keep telling Ace this, but she doesn't believe me. Shaking hands. What humans do instead of sniffing bottoms. It is a greeting. James had taught me to shake hands. Tea Tree 5. Farmers often give their paddocks names or numbers. And here is a word on tails. You can tell a lot from the position of a dog's tail. A tail tucked in between the hind legs means the dog is frightened. Be careful. Frightened dogs sometimes snap. A tail carried low and relaxed means the dog is in a neutral mood. A tail wagging gently means the dog is happy. A tail carried stiffly, upright or upright with a waving tip means the dog could be feeling aggressive. All right, that is all of chapter 2. I will be back to read chapter 3 by the end of the week or the beginning of next week. So I hope you guys have a great week.